I, 34M, have a 16-year-old son with my ex, 34F. We had our son way too early in life. We lived on the same street growing up and knew each other from school. We fooled around sometimes, and the rest is history. I'm ashamed to say it, but both our parents were exceptionally controlling throughout our lives up until the divorce. Both my ex and I were too much of pushovers to do anything about it. When they learned she was pregnant, they forced us to get married. They told me they wanted her as a stay-at-home mom and me to work and provide. My ex and I hated each other for our stolen lives. We were never cruel to one another and never displayed hatred in our house for our son's sake. But we slept in different bedrooms and avoided each other as much as we could. We split up after I caught her cheating, which finally allowed us to break the chains of control our parents had over us. We divorced 2 years ago. Now everything is very good between us, and I even consider her a friend now that she's no longer my wife. Credit where credit is due. She was a remarkable homemaker and an amazing mother. When we divorced, I had to learn all of this on my own. It was the first time I realized how much work goes into maintaining a house. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I had to look up YouTube tutorials on how to clean and cook. A few weeks ago, I was ironing my son's clothes and told him I want to teach him how to do this. I don't want him falling into the same mistake I did by never learning these skills. He said he didn't want to, and I replied he'd have to learn at some point. He then said, "Only fail men do stuff like this, and I won't be one of them." I stopped and looked up, bewildered, asking him to clarify. He said it was his belief that this is a woman's job and that only simps do simple household chores. I tried to keep my composure and asked if he saw me as a simp. He just shrugged. I told him he would need to choose his next words carefully, but he would learn household work whether he liked it or not. He reiterated his statement, and I said, "Well, if you think this is a woman's job, it's time for you to live with a woman." I told him to pack his bag and go to his mom's house. I would not tolerate any of that Andrew Tate bullshit in my home. My son lives with me during the week because his school is only 5 minutes away. His mom lives nearly 2 hours away. He refused to pack his bag, so I packed it for him. He then saw how serious I was and tried to backtrack, but I wasn't having it. He must have called his mom while I was packing, because she called me too. She asked what was happening, and I explained. Surprisingly, she agreed with me and asked me to drop him off. She said she'd help teach him a lesson. It's been about 2 weeks now that he's lived with his mom, and she's been reinforcing household chores. He's called me multiple times to apologize and asked to come back. His mom and I agreed he'll stay through mid-January after the holidays, commute to school, and do fewer chores. Then he can return to me to reinforce the consequences of his belief. Friends I spent Christmas with yesterday said I was too harsh, that uprooting his life was a dick move and an age thing to do. Now I'm questioning myself. Was I the age here? Update. This exploded far beyond what I imagined. Thanks to everyone for the kind words. For those saying otherwise, I'll clarify. 1. I didn't just ship my son off to avoid teaching him chores. My point was, if he thinks chores are a woman's job, he should live with a woman. Even though he's seen me do chores numerous times, I reacted impulsively, but wouldn't have brushed this under the rug if my ex wasn't on board. I'm willing to teach him myself, but she's been harsher than I'd have been. I agree. I should have given him a chore schedule sooner. That's on me. 2. About the commute. We live in Germany, not the US. The 2 hours is via public transport. No, this won't ruin his grades or warrant CPS calls. 3. Today my ex, my son, and I had a talk. We explained that, while beliefs are personal, disrespect is toxic. He'll now attend counseling twice a month, not once every other month, specifically for this issue. Will not invade his privacy otherwise. 4. The punishment stands. He'll stay with his mom until mid-January. We love him deeply, but some things can't be allowed. His regret is a good step, but this is a deeper issue. 5. He will have a fixed chore schedule. No more coasting. And now for some of the comments. 1. NTA. Your kid needed discipline and to learn a lesson, and so that's what you did. Those other people that commented to you don't have to live with your son or his behavior/actions, so they don't get to critique your parenting. 2. NTA. I am a retired firefighter. Try that attitude at work, and you'll find a toilet brush with your name written in Sharpie on it. Real men change diapers, laundry, and shop for groceries because they don't give a shit what some 16-year-old beta male thinks. They are too busy getting it done. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe.